People, this is Kingsley Oba, aka CYK, the richest. You know what it is. Shit, and this is my brother.
Murphy Ogbe.
Afile.
Ekpa.
I got that one right.
Yeah, I know you got it this time. You shocked me several times. That took me unawares, man.
You know the rehearsal we are not the do since. This week I go just wake up Afile.
No, you walk. Don't worry.
Yep.
Your Okuni people will be proud of you. They'll be proud
I
of
know,
you.
right? Hailing to our Okuni people. Yeah, if you any Okuni person that sees this, please, you need to be a part of this. I beg, yeah. And this is the Econ Boys podcast. Mm-hmm. And you know what we do? We just come here, sit down, discuss, talk about issues, things that we feel that will help society, because we're all about making sure society is good. Today we want to talk about what's it again? Perception. Sorry, I had to go to my notes, my people. Vex for us. Don't be angry with us. Because sometimes you see people, you don't know people need help, but you just know that. How do I put it? Okay, perception. People have this wrong perception about you. They feel you don't need help. So what's the cause for that wrong perception?
I mean, the cause for it is perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it because the person, poses or presents himself in a certain light?
Yeah, so I was going to come to that. So,
okay. Yeah.
Humans have conditioned themselves to react to certain dispositions and attach them to certain outcomes, if I may use the word. So the idea is people that look like this are doing this, or people that talk like this have this. So those dispositions have been categorized and labeled. So most people start looking like saviors more than people that need to be saved. So people see you, I mean, it's visual, it's perception. Some people sound so big that you feel they don't have problems.
Most especially in our industry, the entertainment industry.
You get what I'm saying? So it happens everywhere. It happens in church, it happens in mosque, it happens in business. Anybody that can sound good, automatically you. So people are looking for what to believe.
That's funny. I don't know why it sounds funny.
But it's actually true. People are just looking for what. I wrote down something in university. I said roads are created, and roads are created by people who know where they are going. But even if you don't know, if you create a path, you have a following. Because people just believe that if person don't pass here before, they go somewhere.
So I'll follow.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what happens most of the time. That's kind of perception. So visual perception is in branding. People buy what they see, not what they know. That's why people do advertisements. And in America, I come and I'm blown away by advertisements I watch on TV, and they tell you even the side effects of the drug right there on the advertisement.
Yeah.
And of course, I know why they're doing it
to cover their side
and all that. You get what I'm saying? But then again, you see that and you still want to go ahead and buy it because it's like, make a shot, try them, because they put something out there because it's in your face and it's visual and you need something to believe.
Yeah.
It's so bad that they fast forward those parts where they talk about it. So if you don't listen, perception. So they are showing you that it's cool to smoke. They show you sunsets, show you guy with chick running on the beach. They show
Marlboro.
You know what's up. You know what's up. And they still have mind to put...
I'm not a smoker.
And they still have mind to put under there. Smokers are liable to die young.
And the idiots go buy them.
Because of the perception. Because of perception. They've made you feel that smoking this thing makes you look cool. And everybody wants to look cool. So even though they know that this thing might in fact can kill me, man shall look like this first before I die. Man, let me feel like this first on my way to the death. Yeah.
Oh, God.
So it's perception. That's what advertisement does. So sometimes when you start looking like that thing that people believe in, they don't believe you have a problem.
And actually, a lot of people have issues, but I think this people pose themselves to be like they don't, or is it do they do it intentionally, or is something they do unconsciously and then people just take a run with it? Is it intentional? Because
sometimes it is intentional.
Where people present themselves
as something they're not.
Okay, so now people just look at them, because I take myself, for example. I remember living in Nigeria then. There was a time I was struggling. Coming up as an entertainer, a comedian, I was struggling. But because I started appearing on this television program, why you laugh now?
You blow before you blow. And we come from a culture that believes everything on television is
Listen. And I was living in a 1-bedroom. At some point, I was sneaking to enter my house because I didn't want people to know I was living there.
Oh, good. Pressure.
And when I come out like that, because I'm going, and the funny thing is, there was always something to be done.
Yeah.
There's one event you are going to perform. Sometimes you don't get paid. It's because you're just trying to be visual. Yeah. You're trying to get people to see you more. But because they've seen you, I remember one of my uncles like that. And I think I wasn't even a comedian by then. I wasn't really doing comedy. I was dancing.
Okay.
So he saw me dancing on NTA.
Oh.
And listen, the respect this man had for me went out of the roof. And I needed money from this man. I needed money from him. And now quite from guy. He said that come, he introduced me to people for a company. He said, remember that program they showed the other day? That guy that see him here now. I'm like, yo. Now I want control first before I collect money from you. And because my house had to go help myself if you not there. So
man.
So now this man, the respect. So he now ask, man, because
I beg no respect, give me food, I beg.
Because how you take rich television where they go show you for TV.
Tell you, me say you don't.
You are big.
I didn't expect to laugh this morning.
So I take this because a lot of things we talk about.
A practical example. You're a living witness.
My problem I can't tell you now today. I came to bear my mind. Maybe it's going to help somebody. Somebody saying, I went through this too.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Listen, I'm telling you that thing, and it's funny, but a lot of entertainers, and they tell you, no go look them, they walk out. No go look them, they walk out, they drive messages, but now lie, some of them inside that motor, then they leave. A lot of entertainers live inside their car. Most especially that Lagos. They live in Lekki, that lake. So, I forgot the program. Someone said something. He said there's this entertainer he knows, this actor. As a matter of fact, the guy is he's a former Big Brother Nigeria housemate.
Mm-hmm.
That this guy lives in a BQ, the boys' quarters of an apartment in Lekki there. Like one tiny boys' quarter. but he drives a what's this GLA or G?
Can you imagine?
Like he said, if the guy dress come out like this, you go think say nah this thing, and he lives. He guess what he lives in front at the front house, and it's like, why is this guy doing this to himself?
So that's the pressure of the media. Mostly in this case, when it comes to entertainment, that's the pressure of media because they just, and sometimes it was just the platform they gave you, they not pay you complete money.
Yeah.
So the platform is bigger than the money sometimes.
And it puts them in trouble more.
Yes. And then you don't want to come down because it's a catch-22 if you ask me, because somehow when people have that impression that you're out there, in some cases, you start getting opportunities on that level. It can happen. So because people like, oh, because you're in Big Brother, so you're probably as important as you were in that space at the time. And then you can meet people who believe that you're on that level and when they want to help you, if you're fortunate, they can now help you on that level. And then probably you can just climb from there and grow.
So is it fake it till you make it?
Almost. Almost. And sometimes not even faking it. Sometimes it's the people that put the pressure on you, not because that's what you really want to do. Because you enter a place and people want to start taking pictures with you. People want to, and the bad part, person with G-Wagon or Bentley or Lamborghini go take picture with you, enter Keke, go out. So I'm like, why?
So, like I said, these things I'm talking about, it's things I've experienced personally. Yes. Because I've been in the industry for about 23 years now. And I've experienced a lot. I look at a situation I had some years back. I've just finished emceeing this event. And I pieces.
Why does this sound funny already?
And a white suit I wear. Like, better white suit. So, and I don't get car. It was, I can remember the wedding was at Balmoral. This thing, what's this? Ikeja. What's this road? Anyway, Balmoral. I just finished big wedding. It was like one of these societal weddings. I finished. Good. It was this Falano's daughter. Falano's daughter's wedding. But it was the first husband. But the guy is late.
Oh, yeah.
Blessed memory. And so that was the wedding. I just finished the wedding. Bam! I come, finish this thing. Then I go stand outside. So IMC, even the area boy you always in there. Area boy say, Baba MC. Where your motor now? Man. So I was like, how am I going to go and stand outside and call Keke to take me to the bus stop
with white suit?
With white suit.
How did you do that to yourself? I leave you put the suit waterproof.
So now, so I go inside, come out, depress my phone, go inside, come out. Like I stayed in that place till at least
darkness covers.
Come out.
Are you serious?
So now, in such a situation, would you rather I just go, or what I did was good?
What did you do? So you see the thing. The older we get, we start saying that people's opinion don't count. When you're younger, you live off of impressions.
Because at least somebody would have dropped me off.
And you could have actually asked somebody nicely, are you going my way?
With my white suit.
And if you'll be amazed. What's in my car spot? I want you to go drop me. There could have been many other reasons why I'm not driving and I want you to help me. But see, because you've already put
Nigerians say, IMC, you do this. You do this skywalk finish, you don't get motor.
My car spot. Anything could have happened to the car. So I can ask. So like I said, when you get older, you relieve yourself of this kind of pressure. Because it go easy for me to fit tell person and say, oh, Baba no vex so. Not behind the cause of that, but I can't carry me, can't go church. I don't get car for America. So imagine once they form because I want to impress you, say, then I can't appear with Uber. Then after service, I can't wait, say, no, they're coming to pick me. That's too much pressure. Do you get what I'm saying? So at some point, I think when you now get older, you just find out that most of those pressure, but it's sad that it's even the older ones now that pressure themselves.
Oh, you just touched on.
Sadly,
It's
that's
the older ones.
That's the sad part. Now them they even pressure themselves more now, and it's
And now they need help, Paso. Because have you noticed that our old looking at the acting industry, a lot of them die like,
yeah, poor,
nothing,
no
because
insurance, no life.
there is this impression that you've given to people, so people don't even know you need help. Now, when the team don't enter, Sub-Zero,
then they're going to do GoFundMe for on top your matter.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there was a time you could have just asked. And although sometimes when you find yourself in a space where everybody's faking it, you might really not get sincere help. And people take advantage of people's situation these days to gain popularity. That's something I don't like a lot. You see people start raising funds for people just to gain followers on their own page or attract attention to themselves. Not because they really care about you, but the idea is if I fit use your matter, blow or trend,
yeah.
that's money for me. Because
Making it look like I'm a philanthropist.
So sometimes people would rather die than you use them to do that. And that's where ego comes into play. Because all this we talk about now, ego.
Yeah.
Because if you need help, let me tell you the truth. If you need help and you're helped, the worst that could happen is people will talk about you. And if you understand that people talk about you to distract people from their own problems, you'll not be bothered about what people say about you. People don't talk about you because you're important. They're trying to distract people from their own problems.
Okay.
That's why if you start telling me too much about somebody else, I start looking at you, I start thinking you have a problem.
Yeah. Every time you complain
do you understand what I'm saying? So you might have a problem because it's making you feel good that you're seeing more of this person's weaknesses than their strengths. So you're feeding off their failure.
Right.
Suppose I won't say failure.
You're just
off,
happy.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's and it's rampant in your industry.
Very, very.
Listen. Everybody wants to climb on somebody to get on top. As in, it's so common. Then the people up there, because they feel like you are also a wolf in sheep clothing, they don't want to pull you up because when you climb, you might climb on them and crush them. And then the ones that they're supposed to help and they don't help, then when you now make it without them, you resent them because they had the opportunity to help you and they did not. You emceed a very big event in Maryland and the person who you did it for did not even look at you like, and it's your colleague in the industry. I'm sorry I'm bringing it up.
Yeah. I mean, it we talked about it now. We talked about it, and it's something that I'm hoping one day I'll get the opportunity to tell him, say, oh, look, maybe you could change this. And he made the same person made a statement on a podcast recently and said, oh, that comedians should stop begging, they should stop begging, people just perform and go, which he has a point because, he has a point. But the but is this. The reason why those guys are begging is because there's so much poverty.
That is so true.
Those guys they are not gigs. So these guys, this is like an opportunity this is a place for me to even get something to go, because some of those gigs, they are not paid. So it was another comedian that came with a rebuttal. Like, okay, I understand what you're talking about. Yeah, because it's cheapening our profession. Yeah. It's making it look like we are beggars. Every one of us are beggars. But look at it from another angle, that these guys are actually not, they don't have anything. They don't have, they are hungry. The poverty is increasing. And these guys want, so it goes back to you not just thinking that everybody is okay on your level, and you treat people like, Oh, because I got here, you should come here like that. It was easier for you because when you started, there were no guys to compete.
And that's the truth.
Industry is saturated now. Like the comedians.
Actually, every industry is actually saturated. Photography, every child now can afford a camera and is a professional photographer and has a complimentary card.
I'm telling you.
Everybody now can do makeup. Everybody has access to that double strap. No, I can't wear glove. I'll hold two cameras like this. You don't validate, mad, are you crazy? With 70 to 200, way long. You can't smile.
Yeah. Why did they do that?
Why are you asking me? Have I done it before? Why are you asking me? Have I done it before?
Is it not your work?
You know, then you look at them, I'm like, okay, you're supposed, first of all, as a media personality, you're supposed to be, mostly we that do the back end jobs, you should be invisible.
Yeah. Well, you want to be seen.
Packaging won't keep people. Package 6 million naira package, then snap 200 naira picture.
Oh,
how
God.
Far?
Oh, God.
How far? We know the ones who are good. You don't need to put that kind of pressure on anybody. You know? So back to this point again, package. So people package because, like you said, fake it till you make it. But you must know where to fake it.
Yep.
There's a woman that the child died when she was going to meet her. She asked her, is everything okay? She said, all is well. Many people on the road were asking her, is everything? She said, all is well. But when she got to the feet of the prophet, she said,
I don't die. It is finished.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So you in the same vein, you should be careful not to tell everybody how you're feeling because not everybody wants to hear your story and not everybody is thinking well for you.
Everybody wants to help you.
You need to know that. So first of all, not everybody will tell what you they pass through, right? You must have inner caucus. Even Jesus, when he was afraid, did not tell the people. It was his inner caucus people he told. So you need to be careful because some people are going to hold that. So there's some people that you will never outgrow the level you are in their head in life. If they think you're small, no matter how big you become, you're still small in their head.
Makes sense.
There's some people that you're here in the US. That's why they're concerned. You see, you dey Ikorodu, not be CY. If you like, carry and put for presidency for US, it's not going to be anything.
Yeah.
There are people that just have that impression of you. There's some people that don't feel you can become anything. And
I agree.
And it's okay.
I agree. I told you a story of one of you know, when I told her, they told her I was in the US. They said I wasn't there.
Yeah.
The people that were there,
you
know, were the ones that they said the shock on her face. They're like, okay. Like there was
exactly.
She was startled, you know, that kind
because not be a person like you supposed to go US. It's funny how people just lock people in their head and think that's where I keep you in my head is where you should be the rest of your life.
What's in there this US?
Yeah, they'll still tell you that it's better than Nigeria.
They'll say, come back now, let us go. I beg go.
Do you understand? So whether I like it or not, there are people like that who will never see you as anything. And it's okay. It's fine. Because if you live your life for those people, you will never, see why you will never grow. Because on your way to the top, there are people who follow you with shovels.
They want to dig your grave.
That's all they want to do. So you must know them also. So those are not the kind of people you want to tell what you're going through. So you need to be careful also. But at the same time, when you reach where you're supposed to get the help, not everybody will get past you, get capacity to help you.
Ooh, let that one simmer down. Say no be everybody will get
past you.
Get capacity to help you.
No.
Correct.
So you must understand who has your help.
Because that is always the problem. Because people think because this person has it, he's supposed to help me.
No, capacity. Help is to, God will not allow a mediocre help a great person.
I'll give you another story. I did an event still in Nigeria that year. So you know those bouncers where they always the entrance of events, you know. And normally, you know, when you go like, hey, chairman, hey, what's up, man? Anything, you know, waiting day. So, I mean, I always try to give them something because I know that I have friends that do that job. I know they don't really pay them that much. Yeah. So what I do is at least I could just squeeze small something. So I remember I was coming out one of the events I finished. And I was just coming out. One of them, as I was going in, the guy heard me. I said, I know Allah now. They come. So as I was coming out, I think I gave him, it was 100 naira. Then, this was back then. I squeezed 100 naira. And the guy just opened up. He said, waiting be this. I beg, take your money. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. He said, I beg, take your money. If you don't want to give person money, leave him. I just stood like this and looked at him. I
go collect my money to go.
I just walked away.
Because first of all, I'll tell you that your money is your blood. And money
And my house, I had not completed my house rent.
Let me explain something to you. Labor produces sweat. Sweat is a proof that you have blood in your body. Right? And the blood that is produced in your body is your life, because life is in the blood. So when you get paid for labor that creates sweat because of blood, that is your life. It is blood money. So every money that comes from labor is somebody's life.
Yeah.
So even if I give you $10,
That's
$10 worth of my life.
Yeah.
So you do not take it for granted. Even if I pick that money for road, it took me labor to bend down and pick it before I can give you the $10 I give to you. So you do not take it for granted. Another thing you must understand is, what kind of help do people need? Because you can be helping a man who wants to be lifted and you're giving him money. And then when you go, he is still on the floor because that money was not the help he needed. I'll explain. There was a story of a man who used to carry his younger brother in a wheelchair to crusade grounds to beg for alms. And every evening they will give money. And then one day the person that was preaching, out of compassion and the anointing, went and touched the man on the wheelchair. And he stood up. And brother went mad.
He said,
his brother almost died. He said, what?
Our source of livelihood.
We beg you. Who beg you? Say we near there when even they preach the preaching. That you leave your pulpit, cross people, come meet us outside the crusade ground. Come go heal who no beg you to heal.
Baba, give him back him.
I'm a bend that leg.
Break the leg. Or we break your own.
Because, so you see, it's a very funny story, but it's very significant. What kind of help do people need? Jesus will not heal till he asks you that question. Do you want to be healed? Paul will say, silver and gold have I not, because the people were looking for silver and gold, not to rise up and walk. So not be all help people need. That's why the guy you give 100 naira did not need money help.
So he was expecting more money.
So it's not. So it wasn't money that was his problem, because if he was hungry, he would have collected it from you. He wasn't hungry. He was greedy. So that was not the help he needed.
He wanted money you go and use to pay his bride price.
Do you understand? Something like that. Do you get what I'm saying now? So that help was not the help he needed. So be careful not to help somebody who doesn't need your kind of help.
Now go make us, we know if you help people again.
No, but it's just the truth. Because if you help a person, will go cost you on top. Cause problem for you. I'm not saying anything can catch you or do anything to you. But at the same time, you must always ask, do you want to be healed? You have to. So these are things we don't discuss, and we don't, and you feel like, oh, let me just give because it's what.
Yeah, because even sometimes I look at, some outreaches, churches do, we go back to church again.
We'll not help and we'll be church.
We church boys now.
Cannot help it.
Some of these outreaches, we'll cook rice, carry food, carry this thing, all the provisions, all the whatever we feel people need, and we take it, and people come and we give it to them, and at the end of the day, these people don't come to church.
It's not impactful because the money we then go back, the few time Mr. Beast go buy rice. So that rice at that point is you just save them $300 that they will still spend. So you actually have not solved their problem. That's why Jesus did not continue multiplying fish and bread. Because that is never a solution. Food has never been a solution.
It was just a need at that time. But we have now turned it to a regular thing.
We're going for charity work. I have been helped.
And some people never chop for inside church.
Oh, no, normally now. So it's for show. Let's not even go into that, self.
Woo.
Because you must snap picture if you go that,
Topic.
Because how is evangelism team going to show that they did something? They have to snap pictures and bring back.
They say even if it's one person.
And they misquote that scripture and spoil it. The one person is in your church. But you rather do it for the person.
For the show.
So it's the same thing. I don't enter that topic. You're okay for me to come to church with raggedy dressing because I don't have, or because you think I'm a sinner. Then when I now come into church and need help for the same clothes, you don't give me because you think I am backsliding. So the sinner that is born again and the believer that is backsliding, they look alike.
Ooh.
So what is the problem exactly? We have not gone to the core of the problem. Because it's not the clothes that you're giving to them. It's not their looks. If their soul is saved, it is fine.
Yeah.
And that is actually all you're supposed to do.
That's all you're supposed to do.
That is all. See, why one thing God has helped me with is not money, it's people. The help I've had in life is not money.
Yeah.
It's people.
But actually, that's what we need.
But I've prepared myself to be relevant to the people.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people don't do. We don't prepare ourselves to be, we just want to keep getting.
Receive. Give me.
Oh, yeah.
Have you placed yourself in a place where somebody can actually say, you know what, I'm going to give you a contract, not dash you money? Have you prepared yourself for that level? You are a comedian. Have you thought about doing voiceovers for corporate bodies and get paid because they have budget for you? You just don't know who to meet. Your money is in somebody's hand. You have just not prepared yourself.
Exactly.
You are waiting for the next wedding to go and do MC. And there's a company that will pay you because they cannot afford one other big guy.
Yep.
So sometimes it's good to be an underdog because you're affordable.
Yeah.
And it's a game of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I
But
that's
everybody
how I got
wants to be the top guy instead of the underdog.
Nobody goes to the top guy. Nobody understands why. The top guy has a problem because everybody feel they cannot afford him. You, the underdog, can sweep 10 contracts that will equate one of the top guy's job that he gets once a month, but you get 20 of them in a week.
There's this boy I know, Prophecy. He's a comedian. I mean, he's a comedian, yes, Prophecy. Shout out to him. He started out as a comedian, but the guy started creating this niche of emceeing children's parties. And he comes up with these crazy games, like crazy. Sometimes I'm like, where does it? So I won't lie. I've called him to teach me games before.
It's his strength. He has grown to the point where you need him.
Listen, the guy MCs events for birthday parties of celebrities.
Thank
like
you.
their kids.
Children.
Like I saw the one he did for Kiki. This girl Kiki in Nigeria. Recently he did one for one big celebrity like that. And this guy, I remember those days he used to come to some comedy club. He's trying to get his spot. But I now started noticing he got carved this niche for himself. It's just children's party and the guy is busy.
And you're busy looking for big corporate jobs. And children must always do party.
And he still does stand. He's funny.
You're not getting the point. Children will always do party. Not comedy. Comedy shows not happen every day.
Yeah.
So find a niche. Be the best at it. Another thing people don't understand is thought leadership. I keep talking about it to comedians and it sounds like a joke. Even I gave you the idea and you just played with it.
No.
That's your business. I'm not
it was this one now.
Do you know there are people that want to learn your craft? Just the way you do it.
I still have a lot of it on my notepad here. I still have do
you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if there are people who want to learn your craft and you start teaching it, people will be ready to pay for it.
Person will go copy this thing, go do now.
How many years married on the air where you know do? Go and do it and make God bless you for doing it. But the beautiful thing is, even if they do it, they don't have your flavor. They'll be doing it for their own selves, for their own clientele. And that is fine. The earth is big enough for everybody. Exactly. I have learned that my style is not anybody's style.
No, man. When people see Murphy, man, like this guy.
and I I don't force to be me. I don't plan my dressing. I don't.
Yep.
But I shall know that if I put this and this together, and you will turn.
Mov, you come to talk. You know, we dey work together on Saturday.
Oh, that's true.
No go wear this thing. You know, say that.
No, when I corporate design, no, don't worry yourself. I got you.
I just say,
No worry, I'm not tying rapper. I'm not tying my rapper. so you see, that's another thing. Never let people expect what to get from you. I go wear suit. Everybody will be like, you look so good in suit. I'm like, yes.
yep.
Because I know what suit fits me. I know go wear 4 buttons, can't look like monkey with it. I know why. Man, know thyself. You can't look like Cut Clark where they come out from Ikorak Manabia. That's not even know what works for you. So when you understand, and personal branding is so important if you understand that people buy your flavor.
People buy your flavor.
They buy the brand of you that does the same thing every other person is doing. I just want to hear CY's voice. That's why I'm bringing him. Not because it's funny, but because that's all. Oh, I like the way he speaks English in between his comedy. It means he's very intelligent. Oh, bring that one. He will not curse. So there's a personal flavor you have that people are waiting. All creations waited earnestly for the manifestation. That means the sons of God will be sons of God and die till they manifest.
Exactly.
God will not help you in that part. You will be the one to manifest it by letting people know that here I am. There's a here I am of, oh, let me help you solve a problem. And there's here I am of, oh, you don't know me.
You don't know
You
me.
must know the difference. If you're solution oriented, people forgive you easily.
Woo! That one enter. Please.
Ask Very Dark Man.
Ah!
If you're solution oriented, people love you easily. Not because you're the best.
Yes. If you are solution oriented, people forgive you easily.
Very.
You're right.
So if you start thinking of your brand in solutions,
yeah, because the world actually needs solutions.
that's all. That's what we're here for.
They don't want complain. They don't want.
So imagine that there was no problem. You will not have a reason to shine. So the problem is supposed to make you shine.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, we talk. This topic is something I think we'll probably may have a part 2 of this topic.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is talking about perception. Is it that people there's too much expectation from or entertainers or people generally, because it's not just about entertainers, people pose themselves in a way that you can't help them, or it's just that the fact that people feel that you cannot be helped. Now you said something that there are people you shouldn't, how did you say it?
You shouldn't allow to help you.
You shouldn't allow to help you.
Yes. Because they don't have the capacity.
Because and not because not everybody that has the capacity.
Yes. There's a way I put it.
And not everybody that has the ability has the capacity to help you.
Yes.
So these 2 things you need to understand it, because sometimes we want help from people, or we want help from a certain group of people. It might not be a person, it might be a group of people. I remember my uncle, I wanted to go to university. I wanted him to help me. I traveled down to his place from Lagos. I went to Calabar. I went to meet this man is rich. Like, he's rich. He's a politician. And I told him I need money. I want to go to school. And this man said, if he had come last week, he just put money in his campaign.
The money usually finishes last week.
And this man, I think he gave me only 60 naira. You know, I felt, but growing up, I now realized that I probably didn't know what he was going through then.
Which is another angle.
Maybe he didn't have money.
Another angle. Because sometimes you don't expect that people always have.
So I was the one that perceived him to have.
Do you know you can have $200 right now, and if you remove $1, voila, don't they?
Yeah.
And somebody's seeing you with $200, like, what? I begged him for $1. You see perspective. Meanwhile, if you remove that $1 from that money, something can go wrong in
You
somebody's
don't
life.
cause
Yes.
commotion.
So
everywhere.
sometimes, so expectations too is you too where we need help. You will try to calm down also, knowing that people. His problem is 1 million, and he just has 1 million in the account. I want him to give you 100,000. He can't do that.
Well, so this is both to the giver and the givee. Don't expect too much
Yes.
from people, and don't perceive people to have too much. If you can help, help.
Yes,
You know, Mr. Pastor Kenny Venn, I remember a very good man. Shout out to him. This man, as much as when I just moved to this country, you know, then I was tearing down every event, concert, and so I just finished one concert, emceeing one of the biggest concerts, which is Jumbo's concert. I was there. If you see my decking, I wear 3-piece.
or more.
I wear that day, scattered that show. I come out, you know, everybody, they take picture with me, you know. But this man drove. He was going. He was driving. He now saw me. He said, see why? Because we've met before.
Yeah.
You know, we just meet and greet. He just called me, hey, see why? He just stretched his hand and gave me an envelope. No, he gave me a check. And I just saw people, maybe he write something because, you know, and then he drove off. And when I opened it, it was a check of, I think a check of $300. Wow. And Baba, I needed that money that period. Because my family been still in Nigeria.
Oh my God.
So I was gathering money to.
Wow.
I was like, man.
Me, what I put the snap picture.
You understand? Now me then they expect from. they want my drop.
Like literally, you want you to drop.
But this man. So the thing is, you need to also understand that not be everybody where you see where they wear fine suit, wear 3-piece, wear designer Gucci.
The 3 pieces means you're in pieces.
In pieces, so the person is in pieces as is pieces in
3 different pieces.
I'm telling you. So please drop your expectation of people you see that you think they have.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't have. Even America needs help. Forget it, oh. Somebody told me something this week, Bumpy, that bust my head. He said America is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. Baba, I want that.
Think about it. Now hype.
Now hype.
Media, power of media. Now hype. Now why you there? Now you gonna
and now white person tell me this thing. Now white person tell me. So not be black person. Now white person. He said America is a third world country wearing a Gucci belt.
Yeah, because you work for everything.
You understand?
You work for everything.
People, the lesson here is don't expect too much.
Manage expectations.
And also always find out, find a way to help people, whether you think they have or they don't have. That's the whole idea.
Yes, sir.
And of course, this is your wonderful podcast, the Econ Boys podcast. Please do us well to subscribe, follow, share, like, and drop your comments. Or, if you have questions and comments, send it to the email econboyspodcast@gmail.com and we'll do well to answer you. And please, when we drop the episodes, please do well to share, comment on it, and also interact. That's what we want. And trust me, we're going places. We're going somewhere. Like I always say, this episode is brought to you by...
It's okay. It's okay. It's not brought to you again. Nobody brought you this episode. We just appeared. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. So, like I always say in my closing, always remember it can only get better. Yep. And
nothing to say.
He doesn't always have anything to say.
We'll see next episode.
I'll always speak for him. Peace out, yo.